what was one of my best memories of working on Caprica? Oh, gosh. Probably playing Isai's love interest, Isai Morales. It was great fun working with him. The guy, he's insane. He's absolutely insanely funny. And the crew was amazing, and the entire cast was fantastic. The only sad thing was we got canceled after a year, which I thought was kind of kooky, but yeah, just the fact that I worked with some really great people, it's great. I wish we would have continued. Anybody else? You're all so shy, I can't stand it.
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering, what kind of show would you like to work on?
You know what I would love to do is I'd love to work on a comedy. That would be my favorite thing. I love laughing and I love making people laugh. So yeah, I think that's next. I think I'm due for a comedy. Anybody else? Oh, Mark, do you have to keep running around? No wonder you're so fit there, buddy. Ow!
Hi. Hi. I saw you a couple months ago in Germany, and you told a really funny story about an audition you did for Snakes on a Plane, I think it was.
Oh, dear God.
Can you tell us again, please?
I will tell you, but I don't know if they're going to get it. Okay. Did you guys ever hear of the movie Snakes on a Plane, right?
Yeah.
Who was in that one? Samuel L. Jackson, right? So I had an audition for it. And I was wearing, a skirt, navy blue skirt, because it was for the flight attendant. I forget who ended up getting the part. So I had a skirt on and high heels, and I felt, pretty good. I looked good, and so there wasn't the scene was, she's running out to do something to rescue this baby because of all the snakes. So I'm there, and I'm like, okay, everything's good, and I pushed everything out of the way. And I have my scene, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to make my entrance here, and I was getting warmed up because she has to go at a fast pace. So I was standing on carpet, right? You understand? Carpet? From the carpet, it went into a wood floor. So I'm like, okay, ready, and I'm getting all hyped up, and I'm freaking out because I know I've got to save this baby, and I had all this emotion going on, and I was like, okay, ready? Anytime. Okay, let's go. And I go running like this, and my heel ended up hitting the floor. The floor was ridiculously slippery. I wiped out on the floor, but I didn't just fall. I slid into the camera, which was on a tripod stand. I slid in my skirt. The leg of the tripod got me right about here. My skirt is hiked up to here, and I'm lying on the floor, and if that wasn't bad, I somehow, when I twisted my leg in, I took all the cords with me, and they had this stack of stuff for the video camera, and all of the electronics started to come, and I'm lying there with this tripod between my legs, my dress is up to here, and I can see everything starting to go, and the casting director's like, oh no! And the guy on the camera, he's trying to hold on to his camera, he's trying to stop all the stuff from falling down, and I'm lying there, and then there was like, dead silence. And I'm going, okay, I guess I better get up now, with as much class as I could, muster up. And finally the casting director's like, well, help her up. And so he's putting all the mechanic stuff back, and then he's trying to help me up, and I'm trying to straighten my skirt, doing one of these. I'm like, okay, so, did you get that on camera? And I remember thinking, I bloody well better get this part for what I just did, and I didn't get it. That's the tripod story. Oh, geez, thanks, Sarah. Oh, all right. Anybody else?
Can you tell us a little something about your stint on Stargate?
About my stint on Stargate?
Oh, one of the...
You mean my 7-year stint on Stargate? A stint is something like I would call a little guest spot or a little cameo. It's not a stint, Mark.
It's called revenge.
You owe me 2 more glasses of scotch now.
You gotta take it.
Okay, my stint on Stargate? Well, what do you want me to say about 7 years of...
Well, some of the more memorable moments, maybe?
Oh my God, you know what? after all these years, there's so many, I can't even give you one particular moment except to say that seriously, they were the best 7 years of my life. I mean, to be able to get up and go to work every day and be so excited to be there. And like, even after 7 years, I would pinch myself because I couldn't believe, do you believe I'm actually getting to pay my mortgage and put food on the table by doing something how much I love? And the best thing, I'll tell you the best thing to come out of Stargate is this, that even though it's true, you guys, it is an amazing genre. You guys are so fantastic. You're amazingly loyal. You support all of us, and if it wasn't for you, the show would not have run for 10 years, and now all the different spin-offs. I mean, it's just been amazing. So the big thank you is to each and every one of you. Thank you very much. You're amazing. You guys even plod politely. Hello? Hey there.
I would like to know how do you live with the death of your character?
How did I live with my death? Well, I'm still standing here. But I was not happy about it. It was not fun. It was not something that I asked for. The beauty of when they killed my character off was that we were filming out of sequence. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but sometimes you don't always film episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It just depends. So you might film episode 5 first, and then we got to do some pickups on episode 2, blah, blah, blah. So we were shooting at this point. By the time we were into our 7th year, it was like this amazingly slickly run machine. So we had what is called main unit, which is when you're filming a particular episode at this point in time. Then you'd have first or a second unit, which would be picking up scenes that you missed from, say, 2 episodes before. And then sometimes you'd even have a third unit where you'd start to pick up a piece of an episode filming down the road. Does that make sense? Sort of understand? So we were in, usually our call time was about 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock, and we were shooting this episode. And then lunch came, and then Shanks, Michael, and I ended up going into a shuttle to film second unit in this forest where Janet died. So it was great. I was in this one episode in the morning. We changed clothes, had lunch. I went. They killed me off. It was horrible. They killed me off, and then I said, okay, see you guys tomorrow, because I was coming back the next day. So at least I didn't just die and then never come back again. So I died, and then I was still filming, so it was good. Yeah, so that's how I lived with my death. Thanks for asking.
Hi.
Hey.
I'd like to ask you if you watched the episode of Stargate Universe.
Did I ever do an episode of Stargate Universe?
If you watched, and what do you think about connection with the main season of the main series of Stargate as you want?
Okay, I am one of those very naughty actors who doesn't watch their own show. I know it's bad. So I've never really seen episodes of Stargate that I've been in. And I've never seen Universe. I would sometimes flick through Atlantis just because of Paul McGillian is a very good friend of mine, so I'd sometimes watch, but I'd flick to see what he was doing, and I go, oh, Paul, he's doing a great job, okay, and then I flick onto my shows, which were CSI or Criminal Minds. Do you guys get that here?
Yeah.
I love that show so much. Oh my gosh, I love that. So those are the kind of shows that I would watch, but I would watch Star Trek. I did like Star Trek's Next Generation because I've always been madly in love with Jean-Luc, who kissed me. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. Yes, anybody else? You're not on, baby.
When you came back from Ripple Effect and Stargate, how did you feel about that after so many years?
When I came back, Ripple Effect, in season 9? You know what, it was a mixed feeling. It was like a I was happy about it, obviously, because I missed it so much. But it was still sad because everything was so different. I loved being able to work with Bo Bridges, whom I've always been a fan of his work. He's so good. But it wasn't Dawn. It wasn't Hammond in the office. Rick wasn't there, right? So even though Ben was lovely, it was just really different. So it was just really mixed. Do you know what I mean? So there was actually a bit of sadness. I was actually sad when I was there because I kind of wished I had left with all my friends, or I wish they would have written me back in when everybody was still on the show, you know? Yeah.
So, just want to say, I really would like for you to get caught on Criminal Minds.
You would like for me to do it?
Yeah, I would
So
go
would
crazy.
I would love that. I would love to be the love interest too. What's the guy's name? Lenny, are you here? Len, who's the beautiful black man?
Morgan Reed. Morgan. Morgan.
I love him. I would love to be his love interest. Maybe I have been injured or something, and then he rescues me, and then wants to make babies. I think that would be great. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Here?
You said at the beginning of this Q&A that you wanted to do comedy. Is
Yes.
that because you feel typecast because of Stargate? And
No, I've been really lucky. I've never ever been typecast at all. I play doctors. I've done fair bits of comedy. I play moms. I play lawyers. I play badasses. I do. I've been really lucky that I've played all sorts of different roles. So I've been, really blessed. I just like comedy.
It shows. It shows.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Does it show?
I think even stand-up comedy will be something for you.
Oh, excellent work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Except for the joke about me being fit and all. But
You
besides that,
are
yeah.
sexy. He's a very cute guy, don't you think? Are you single?
No, sorry.
Oh.
But I'll make an exception for you.
No.
I mean,
Oh.
just for the scotch. Any more questions, please, quickly?
How are Minnie and Terleen doing?
Pardon?
How are Minnie and Terleen doing?
You know what? It's so funny. I was just saying to my girlfriend Lynn, who came with me today, or this trip, and I saw Minnie. I haven't seen her. Minnie. Do you guys know what I mean by Minnie? Amanda Tapping and myself had nicknames for each other. You love her, don't you?
Yeah.
And she was Minnie, and I was Terleen. So Minnie is doing fantastically well, although we have not reunited Minnie and Terleen lately because I just don't see her. She's been so busy with Sanctuary and all the stuff that she's doing and being a mom, and I've been busy. So we're going to catch up. We had promised each other we're going to hook up. She was, I think, recently here in Paris, right? Her and Rick were here? Yeah. So as soon as she gets back from that, we're hooking up for dinner with copious amounts of wine, and we'll catch up, and maybe we'll film ourselves and put it on YouTube. The reunion of Minnie and Terleen, I think that would be great fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
Would you do the filming before or after the copious amount
Oh,
of wine?
honey, I think we have to do it after. Please.
Hi. Started watching last year Hellcats only because you were on it.
I loved Hellcats. Did anybody see Hellcats? Another bloody show that got canceled. I'm becoming like the red coat, or what? Who were the ones that got killed off? It was always the red coats, right? I feel like I've got this like black cloud that every time I get cast on a series, they kill it off after a year. Hellcats was fantastic, a cheerleading show. Anyway, where are you? What were you asking me? I'm sorry.
You answered the question I wanted to ask, so thank you.
Oh yes, okay, there you go. You got your answer. Yep, it's gone. Bye-bye. Anybody else? How about all you shy people back there? You people sitting far back, you don't ask questions? No?
I hope this works. I was wondering, since you played so many roles, is it very different to do like a genre show, like a sci-fi series, compared to like playing a lawyer or something else? Is there much difference as an actor, or is it more or less the same on the set?
Well, actually, that's a good question. A really good question. It's still the same in the sense that you show up and do what you do, but when you're playing a lawyer, for the most part, you're filming interior, and you're filming at a desk or inside of a courtroom, whereas the playing in sci-fi, you've got like green screens and you have to imagine big, huge mother spiders coming at you, right? And you're firing your guns at them. So it's way more fun playing sci-fi, I think, because you get to conjure up so much. And a lot of the times when we do act, remember the whole thing about the episode where they were, what were they, the nano, what were those little bugs?
Replicants.
The what?
The replicants.
The replicants. No, there was the other one. The other one, there was like a big sort of crab or something. Remember that? Right? The Ritu? Was it the Ritu? Not that I don't trust you. I do trust you. The Ritu. So when we would have a drawing, when we would do a read-through of the script before, the production designers would show us what this so-called Ritu will look like. So when you're doing stuff, and if they're shooting it this way, and you have to imagine it being there, you sort of have to imagine where this big, huge honking thing was and how tall it was. So you get to use your imagination, which is just the best. I love it. So yeah, that was a really good question. Thanks for asking that.
And who wants the final question? Too late.
Oh!
I'm just kidding.
Oh, the poor thing. Yes. Have you done theater work? Yes, I actually started in theater. I started in dance. I started dancing when I was like 9 and would perform all the time, different performance shows. And then from dance I went into musical theater. And then musical theater into straight, well, it was a mixture of straight theater and musical theater. And then I found the camera at 18, performing as a dancer. And then it just went from there. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let her have the last question.
In Heather, you were playing other side of your character. How was it to play that?
How was it to play Hathor?
From yeah.
How was it holding a gun?
I love holding guns. That's a loaded question. Yeah, it was the best. Are you kidding me? I think, wasn't that the first episode where Frasier first gets to come out of her lab coat and wear the fatigues? It was fantastic. And then to have the gun, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I got kissed. I think it's the first time we saw Frasier get kissed. Remember, with that cute guy? And then we knocked him out. Poor bastard. Anyway, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming. Thank you so, so much. And for being brave and asking questions. You're great. Thanks.
Teryl Rothery! Don't go away. I'll be right back.